Welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome, we are your hosts.
We are going to be talking about various things today.
Various things. That's why you tune into us, because we don't stay on one topic for very long.
No, we don't. We just go with it wherever it goes.
I'm your host, Whitney Das, and I am accompanied by my heterosexual life partner,
Rubbish cook. I don't know how to do that in that accent.
Rubbish cook.
In German, do the R's... How do you do R in German? It's like...
Oh, yeah.
Pretend you're a dog with a steak and another dog's trying to take it from you.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
I'm Rubbish Cook.
She has not seen any flaccid wieners today.
Yes. There was like these two teen boys who joined me on the court.
Oh,
and
nice.
They were just doing their thing, being little cuties, and I was just trying to totally dominate them.
Just trying to flex. Show them how many fucking hoops I can do.
another net. Nah, I was minding my business.
Just minding away. Mine is light and
I had
canary.
I need to get a basket for my bike because the novelty of holding the basketball under my shirt has kind of faded, and now it's just a little annoying because I have to like wear the right loose tightness of shirt in order for it to want to stay in there.
You need the right bag, and then that's just...
I want a basket. That
Go
way
get a basket.
I can go to HEB and get a pineapple and then ride home or whatever I want to do. Because I really wanted to go to HEB and get like a shit ton of fruit because I have this crazy craving just for like watermelon, pineapple, mango. I want celery. I want apples. I want cherries.
You sound dehydrated.
I want to eat all that stuff, but I didn't have anywhere to hold it.
No. You need Aaron's fucking grocery getter bag.
That thing is huge.
It's a tank of a bike. He can carry so much.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want a grocery shop with that.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
He can muscle it around.
It's heavy. Yeah. What you drinking there, mama?
It's some old coffee that sat on the burner for too long.
Ouch. So it's like Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, I got torched.
It's brilliant.
I just sold my motorcycle. So if the energy's down, it's because I just sat at a fucking dealership for 2 hours.
Did they give you a free hat or anything?
No. I sat next to the gong. They have a big gong, like an old-fashioned gong, and I was right behind it. And I didn't think anybody would ring it on a Wednesday morning. And several people rang it. And they're like
when
sorry.
They sold a car or bought a car or whatever?
When they buy a bike. Bong.
Get it on, bang a gong, get it on.
It's a huge gong. It was fun.
I feel like that somehow cheapens the significance of having a gong. To
really?
Tie it into like the purchasing and selling. I don't know. I feel like there's something inherently shallow about those type of transactions.
Ring the bell if you had good service or some shit.
Service, I think praise for service is wonderful, but like, oh, you sold something, here's some money. I don't know. It just seems like that's not really a spiritual or deeply meaningful thing to celebrate with a gong.
No, I hear spiritual squealing.
I can hear squealing too.
That's okay.
Do you need to go to her?
I don't. We'll see. Maybe she might come out here and maybe
she
might
makes
have a
demands.
Guest. She does. Lucas got to sleep. He's got to go to work.
No, today's his day back on.
Yep, and then it's on. This is it. This is the last week, and then he's done forever.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I love having him around more.
I
know you do.
I constantly think about how fucked we all are, because nowadays, in order to afford anything, both your parents need to be gone. And then who raises the kids?
Yeah.
If I was gone like a regular person, I would miss out on so much.
It's unfortunate that everybody has to work all the time.
Yeah, something's gotta give, because people aren't getting... I was just thinking about this on the way here. Is it ethical if, let's say... I'm trying to figure out where to draw the line. And that usually means it's unethical. What if you had to investigate and charge parents. Like, parents are liable for the actions of their children when their children are involved in murders. Like,
what if you have a completely dope upbringing, but you're a psychopath?
Well, that's the first thing, right, that you think of. And I'm like, that is so rare. That is so rare.
Yeah, I forget who I was talking to about, probably my brother. He's like, there are insane people who had great upbringings, and there are people who had terrible upbringings who are great. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't always... I was like, yeah, but what's the pattern?
I wrote that down. What is that? Some correlation does not mean... fuck.
Yeah.
It's gone. But it's like, we can't not do anything because there are small examples.
Exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, you can't just like...
They're called outliers.
Yes. It's not the status quo for everybody whose parents like paid attention to them and gave them the affection that they needed, and then they went off and shot everybody in the face. It's like, no, look at all these red flags we found out that you ignored, or were too lazy or too busy, and now you are negligent and you are being charged. Because I don't know, it's like, obviously you don't want like the government being involved too badly and stuff, but at the same time it's like you kind of have to be held accountable to some degree.
So how long does that last?
I know, right?
Their entire lives?
No, I think
at what point is an individual responsible for their own actions?
35 and older. I don't know. This is like one of those slippery slope.
It's tough because every time we bring this up, I think about my own parents and whether they should be in prison rather than my brother. And
yes,
I don't know. It's so fucked to think about because I was there when he was pushing my mom around. I was there when she was literally forced out of the house by him.
But here's the thing. If, let's say first of all that your brother actually murdered somebody.
Right.
So that would constitute as your
I
parents
forgot that you were applying it just to murder.
Yeah, because if it wasn't, we'd all be in prison.
Yeah. Right.
And they investigated and they found out that your brother was abusive to your mom, and your mom was actually it's like, well then no, your mom's not held accountable because she made effort, and but then they would look at your dad and go, okay, well, where were you when this was happening? I don't know. It's just like, it's like, at what point do parents need to be held accountable? In my mind, it's really only reserved right now for mass shooters. You had all these red flags. You knew that he bought a gun. You are being held accountable because 19 people died. That's a lot of people. You need to start. If it was like drug crimes, petty drug crimes, or carjackings gone wrong, I don't know if the parents should really be held accountable because of their wayward spawn. Right. I think it would just be reserved for like serial killers and
definitely
mass casualty
the most
situations.
Egregious sin against mankind.
Yes. Yeah.
Heard and agreed.
Yeah, and once again, where are the lines drawn? What's happening? Maybe it depends on what state you're in.
It usually does. State rights.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. I don't know how to transition that thought into the thought that I'm having currently. Other than in prison, where my brother is currently and has been for the last 15 years, he didn't kill anyone.
No.
There are different types of church services that you can attend.
Does he go to any?
No, but he did for a long time so that he could
get a free wafer.
He did it for food. Mm-hmm. He did it so that he could apply for this meal plan called Common Fare, where you get wheat bread and cottage cheese and whole vegetables and whole fruits on your tray. Like, he'll tell me like, oh man, there was such a fucking good tray today. Like, I was trading out my turkey sandwich and all this shit. And like, but I was just thinking about how weird it is that you have to pretend to be Jewish in order to get this type of food that's like has more health oriented ingredients.
Well, you don't want to make prison too fancy, right? You don't want to entice people to go in there.
Yeah, it's all so effed up. But I was thinking about church, and I was thinking about different experiences of church that I've had, and I was wondering if you had ever been to church.
All the time.
What church it was.
I grew up going to church. I grew up going to an Episcopalian church.
Why have we never talked about this before?
And I was in Sunday school, and I was like, I don't believe in God. Blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, that's great. Okay, keep trying. I didn't tell you about like the fucking 2001 Space Odyssey that they would play at their IMAX theater that we would have to listen to, and then we'd all have to crawl through a little portal in the hole in the wall, and then we'd be transformed back to when Moses was around, and then we got to eat like Mediterranean food.
No.
Yeah. That was my Sunday school upbringing.
That sounds amazing.
They would play the part in 2001 Space Odyssey where they're like traveling through space, like the Super 70s thing, and it was like the close-up of the eye, and then me and my cousin would look at each other and go, that was my eye watch, that was mine. See, there's cameras pointing at us and we're blinking, and it was super psychedelic. And then we'd crawl through a little portal, and then we'd go, and they had all these like teenage kids dressed up like Moses times and passing out feta cheese. It was like the first time I had feta cheese and olives and pita. And
that sounds transformative.
Yeah.
And you didn't believe anything that they were saying?
No. Because my dad was always in my ear. He's like, no.
So
he's like,
it was
okay,
your mom's influence
that
took you to church?
Yes.
Okay. That's so weird, like how a child reconciles their two parents' belief systems. It's like, I don't believe in anything, you know?
Well, I think a kid, when you're like walking out the door and you're excited to go to school, and then your dad goes, remember, none of it's real. And then you're like, okay, it's kind of hard to ignore that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but there's donuts and cookies afterwards. And like, it's boring, but whatever.
That's so cool. I've been to my aunt and uncle's Episcopalian church. Did
you prefer it to what other ever? I don't know what kind of churches I've been to.
I used to go to a Baptist church.
What was that like?
Incredible.
Really?
It was like a predominantly black faith Christian center church. It was like, it had the makings of a mega church. It wasn't quite there yet, but that's what their vision was.
Like big screens and lights. And,
yeah, that's what they wanted. And incrementally they were building towards that. But it was so, I started going because my friend Melissa was like, you should go to church with us. And then they stopped going because they didn't like the way the pastor was instructing people to tithe or something. I don't know. But I kept going by myself. And the worship that we did first, like the singing and the dancing and the clapping and just like the getting riled up in the spirit, was my absolute favorite thing ever. And then the word came, and like the pastor would do his sermon, and it was like very hard to get through because there was a lot of sometimes there was doom and gloom, but I was really just so hungry that I couldn't focus on the words he was saying because I was starving and I wanted to be let out so I could get food. But I was remembering this one time, I don't think I've brought it up before on the podcast. Maybe I have, because we talked about spooky stuff before. But I remember sitting at the end of one of the rows, and a few rows behind me, there was this old lady sitting there. And I remember, like, the Pastor Rock, his name is Chastine Rock, and he had just started his pontification. Such a good name. His wife's name is Ella Rock. And he had just started his thing, and he always did this kind of creepy thing where he would like look over your head, like look kind of past you, and like
look at your Akashic
scanning
records,
your demons or whatever. And he was like walking down the rows and walking back and forth and just like getting a feel for it, I guess. And the woman behind me was like, if he comes back here, I'll scratch his eyes out. And I was like, all the hair stood up on my body, and I was like, because this is when I believed that people could be possessed by demons.
Yeah, and he's
like,
looking for one.
Demons are everywhere, and you should be afraid. And he like started walking further back. Like he walked all the way up to me, and he was about to walk further back, and she got up and left.
Damn it, I was hoping you were about to like talk about them duking it out.
I mean, it'd be incredible, and I feel like my faith would be totally sealed if he had like recognized what was going on with her and then like banished it then and there, you know?
I like to think of this being some sort of X-Files plot where this demon came in just to witness, and to see if it could be seen, but then pussied out. And
yeah, a demon would pussy out.
Oh, demon would, but like also like, I'm bad for being here.
And there's no courage about being a demon. You're just like, maybe I can bother you. Maybe I'll just run away. Yeah, I was thinking about church and how that sort of shaped me. I don't really know exactly when I stopped believing in that type of belief system. But I remember and I talked to my brother this morning, and I asked him, like, do you remember asking me to pray with you before bed? And he was like, what the fuck? No, I never did that. You remember that? I was like, yes. You wanted me to bind and rebuke the demons that would assail you as you slipped off into sleep. And he was like laughing so much. He was like, I do not remember that. I was probably all kinds of fucked up.
But for real? Maybe he was seeing some shit.
Definitely.
Or feeling some shit.
But I remember praying, like putting him to bed and like praying with him.
Whoa.
It's so, I think just like the power of belief, you think that you're assuaging some force or like removing some negative influence. Maybe you are.
There are some studies.
There are studies.
I
mean, it definitely made him feel better.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah.
Has anyone else been to church?
Let us know. Call us at 1-855-666.
I've been to the Christmas services at the Episcopalian Church. Those are pretty weird. Just like the difference in how they sing and do worship versus like the Baptist church that I went to.
Oh yeah, very buttoned up, very
worlds of a difference. Yeah. Just so different.
I was in the choir for a long time, and I remember the girl in front of me barfed, and it just went everywhere. Like, oh, come over here. I remember that. I remember how spooky the church was. It was oldish. I mean, that's some of the first shit that they build in every city.
Yeah.
I remember dreaming about the basement of that church, too.
Whoa.
I mean, we should go back there. We should do a Minnesota trip.
I would love that.
There and
I want hot dish.
She needs tater tot hot dish.
I want busy day hot dish.
She needs busy day hot dish, whatever else. I got a whole list of them.
There's a whole list of dishes over there that come in casseroles, and it's so brilliant. It's on a hot pad.
Hey, there's
it's
a
like what you
one?
Grab the casserole with. Ugh, it's so perfect.
You'd have fun up there.
I have fun everywhere I go.
That's true.
I would definitely have fun there. No question.
No question.
You got some trips coming up, no?
I do. I'm going back to the motherland.
How do you feel?
Going back to the motherland. I know that I'm going to be there and be like so glad, but of course I'm fixated on the flight with a 2-year-old and being, what kind of jelly beans I got to buy to shut her up. And
get her the booger ones from Harry Potter.
Oh, those are so fucking gross. God, fuck. Have you had them?
No.
They're so gross. The vomit ones are gross. They're so gross. But I know that it's going to be so nice to go up there and recharge to some degree. And I know that I really don't have any plans to keep going up there or go up there again, just because it's so much work with a baby. I got to buy her a seat now. It's so expensive. It's just not happening. And
she has to have her own seat.
She has to have her own seat. That's why it was so fucking expensive to go up there. And she's not going to survive a fucking 16-hour car drive. So I'm never going back there. This might be the last time.
So if you're up there and you want to see Whitney, you got to come down here.
Yeah, I haven't told anybody but my family. It's like one of those things because you're only going to be in town for 4 days and then we're going to Wisconsin. So it's like...
To get some cheese?
Yeah, to get all the cheese curds.
Squeaky.
It's funny that you said that. There was a big bag of cheese curds at Central Market. I went back there because you were like, isn't Central Market great? And I was like, I haven't been there in forever.
It's so great.
It's so great. They had a big bag of cheese curds and all of a sudden on there was Squeaky.
Yeah. I picked up that wavelength. The cheese curd wavelength. I'm always riding that wave.
I want some right now. I don't know who has them.
Are you frying them?
Yourself? Yeah, always.
We did a a fried cheese curd special app at Salty Sal once. It was so dope.
What was on it?
I think we were just, I can't use my mouth. I forget. There's no memory there. Except that it was,
we put scallions on it.
Cheese curds. That's all.
I was reading about that. Speaking of wavelengths and cheese curds, I was reading about that poop cult. It was in Thailand. It was in remote Thailand, and the daughter of one of their members contacted this famous YouTuber who like investigates the paranormal and does that whole vibe, and was like, my parents are gone, you gotta come quick. And then he alerted the authorities because they're just stacking up dead bodies because the leader of the cult, this was a brief glance, but the leader of the cult was a healer. And so these sick people would go to them and then they'd all die.
Oh no.
And it sucks. Oh, I see a big beehive. You see that beehive right there? It's up on the neighbor's awning. There's like a cluster of...
Oh, shit.
That's a lot of bees. Dude, one of those bees...
is that bees or wasps?
Those are wasps. One of those wasps fucking stung me in my naughty bits. Did I tell you about this?
I think I remember this happening.
I sobbed because it was so painful. It was the last thing I needed because I was really sick.
I remember.
And I just cried.
Then you had to ride. Didn't you have to ride something after that?
Yeah. I mean, it was just so...
What a nightmare.
How did a bee crawl up my pants? I was so...
we should knock on their door and tell them, no?
Okay, we did that last year, and he got the hose out, like a water hose. And I'm like, oh, so you just want to make them angry? That's not how you get rid of them.
Yikes.
You get rid of them with poison. Anyways... so these worshippers of this guy were eating his skin flakes. Everything was contaminated with poop. Everything. Like, and apparently they had been packaging snacks and selling them, and everything had shit on it. And you're like, okay, well, these people are crazy and they're not washing their hands, and then they're eating his shit. They would rub the secretions of the corpse's lymph nodes on them. And I'm like, to make you better?
Like, what? The corpses that didn't heal, they just died?
Yeah. And then they
what
kept
would
them.
Be significant about those? It's like, this is not a successful lymph node, you know? Like, this is not...
It's diseased.
Huh. Well, that is just disturbing. I think
I stopped reading it because then they talked about what they would do to the caskets that they put the corpses in, and I was like, and we're done. Saw the skin flake eating, saw the poop eating, saw the lymph node squeezing. I'm done.
I saw this weird object outside of one of my neighbor's apartments. I can't imagine what it is. It's like it looked like sort of capsule shaped but almost ovoid. And like,
how big was it?
I guess he's kind of a short man, maybe as tall as him. I don't know. It looked like maybe a sensory deprivation tank or a coffin or something, but like for a very small person. And I should have taken a picture, but he had his door open and I didn't want to be rude and like take a picture of this weird object.
You gotta make sure people around you are not stuffing bodies and stuff.
And it was wrapped in a blanket. And like, but the material it was made of, you could see the edge of it poking out, and it was like black plastic and like hard casing, like plastic casing. So I have no idea what it was, whether he gets into it at night or...
So it's him shaped.
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of just freaked myself out. Maybe it goes on top of a car or something.
But it's wrapped in a blanket.
It was wrapped in a blanket.
Okay, next week's episode, you need to find out. You need to get into his house, pretend to be the plumber.
I am not going in his house.
Pretend to be an Ant-Man.
Ain't no way. He was walking back from the dumpster, and I was walking to the dumpster myself, and he was like, "Hello, ma'am." And I was like, "Hello, how are you?" It was just...
You kill anybody lately?
Very interesting thing to see. I guess all my neighbors have their own weird shit going on.
I like
they live in a studio, so everybody has their own tiny room that they live in. So who knows what they're getting up to.
I like looking at all their houses. I was doing that when we went swimming.
Yeah. Because, you can put like a little chair out there, a little potted plant. Some people just
put Halloween decorations
nastiest
on. It's July.
Like garbage. And there's like this group of cats that always show up when the sun goes down to like tear into everyone's trash bags. It's pretty wild.
Does the garbage guy not come to your place? Because I saw your guys, or is there just too many people?
The dumpster?
Yeah.
I think there's too many people and we all make too much waste, but also the cats are getting access to it because there's like a valet trash service on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. But people will just put their trash out and then it'll be out. Like if they put it out on Friday night, it's out there all weekend.
I was just thinking most people you live with are not cooking.
No, I don't think so.
So they're just accumulating a lot of waste.
Like takeout stuff.
Yeah. Or just boxed every like dinner, every
cuisine and Stouffer's. I used to get down on that kind of stuff, like Stouffer's lasagna. That shit is dope. And I tried recently. I got some stupid chicken parmesan thing. I was like, I want to try this. I want to like eat something goopy and from a box, and it was awful. Like, and in the microwave, maybe it's the fault of the microwave, but there was just like this laser burnt like the most burnt thing you've ever seen, like right in the middle of the dish.
I've seen those before. It's like all the atomic energy went to that one point and
like,
it exploded.
I'm gonna turn into the Hulk if I eat that part. Jeez, Bruce Banner. Yeah.
Maybe your microwave is just too powerful.
It works for other stuff. I don't know. But I'm getting really used to using it for a lot of things. Just like understanding the technology and not really, because I don't have no oven. I'm thinking about getting one of those like toaster, oven, air fryer.
Oh,
like all-in-one jammer. Thing? Yeah, I've been coveting this one object at Target.
You keep walking by it.
I took pics of it.
You took pics of it?
I'm looking up the specs.
Shit. That's a serious buy. You're about to buy it.
I looked at it like a month ago, and then I went back the other week, and I was like, there it is.
Still there.
Thinking about this. But I really want a GoPro, too, so I'm trying to prioritize.
I need you to borrow mine to see if it's what you want, because sometimes I don't know if it's what you want.
Okay. I just want to be able to record what I'm doing without holding a phone in my hand.
Yeah, they make the chest mount, and I would get that and try it before you commit.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be able... I mean, I'm sure you don't want any audio.
Is that the, like, thing like this? And the camera's, like, out here?
You need somewhere to strap it, yeah. Unless you plan on buying a motorcycle helmet and putting it on that.
No.
Yeah.
How do people record what they're doing? I want, like, a Google Glass camera or something.
John Paul has some of those, but you can borrow those. People are wearing helmets.
Okay.
That's how they... If you mean like when they're surfing or whatever, or...
Oh, yeah. Or like...
helmets. I'm sure I've seen surfers with weird, like... I haven't seen head
So I have
mounts.
to get a cooking helmet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can do that.
Just borrow one of my motorcycle helmets.
It'd be funny to have like multiple cameras set up, and in the shot I'm like wearing my cooking helmet.
Don't worry about Mimi. That's just her cooking helmet.
Oh, I'm about to make something. Hold on. Strap in.
Pasta cam. Chin mount. Yeah, do you want it on your head? Is that where you want it?
I think so.
Is that you need a helmet.
I want to use it for cooking and shooty hoops.
Yeah,
I guess riding a bike.
You're gonna have to play with a helmet. Use your bike helmet.
Okay, it stinks. I have to wash it or something. It's full of head sweat.
Yeah, just mount it to your bike helmet and then cook with that on.
Okay.
Can you play with a helmet?
I wouldn't want to.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna lose that angle then. Unless you got the chest strap.
Okay, I'm gonna try all of these out, and I'm gonna keep making videos, and you guys will see how it evolves.
And you're gonna apply to that fucking NBA YouTube channel.
Yeah, why not? I don't currently watch basketball. I just play by myself and read Phil Jackson.
Would you be interested?
Perhaps. I thought I'd give it a try.
Why not?
Why not? It'd be nice to have another revenue stream, even if it's just a tiny little creek. Father's Day. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, my stepmom was like, let's do a thing for your dad. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't know. It's like the first Father's Day without him. I'd rather not think about it and focus on...
Yeah, you got a father of your own in here.
Oh my God.
What is it?
We're still going to celebrate him, just not on that day. She fucking texted me last night and she goes, you won't believe this. She used to call him Shmoo. And Shmoo, I think, used to be like Shmoos were some 70s caricature of some sort. So she was going to look for a Shmoo shirt.
Cute.
And she did not find a Shmoo shirt. She found my fucking dad embodied in a t-shirt. And it says, it's a line drawing of him. It's not anyone else. It's him. Like down to the tiny eyes and the glasses he would wear and his beard, and he's got like a cloak on, and it says the almighty Shmoo.
What?
And I've been laughing about it all fucking day because I'm like, that's my dad. And
I need to see.
Google real quick the almighty Shmoo.
The almighty Shmoo.
And it's so fucking funny. I ordered some stickers because I'm like, it's so funny to think of my dad disintegrating into a bunch of pixels on the other side.
Whoa.
Did you find it?
What the hell?
It's him.
What is Shmoo?
I don't know. Lucas was like, I need more context. I'm like, it's a t-shirt site. I don't have context. Some gaming dude.
This is Whitney's dad. You probably can't see shit.
Here, let me see again, just because I love looking. That's him!
That's nuts.
Him. I don't get it. Because the statistical odds of my dad having that as a nickname, somebody making that shirt of somebody who's a replica of my dad, calling him, that's statistically impossible. I'm not a mathematician, but that's impossible.
So that's his embodiment now. Like that's
him
who he's
fucking with us on
become.
the other end. I think that's part of it. Like he's
transcended.
He's like, watch.
He's the almighty Shmoo now. That's pretty cool. I hope you get that shirt for yourself too.
I got stickers.
Oh yeah.
And my stepmom, she's like, I ordered a shirt. I hope it's here before I leave. And I'm like, yeah, that is.
Where is she going?
She's going to Minnesota too, because we're gonna
cool.
we were supposed to have a memorial for my dad up there. That's like the whole reason why I dropped so much cash, but I don't think it's happening. But I'm gonna talk about him. I'm gonna remember him. How about you on Father's Day? Is that something you just
I feel like I've been sort of communing with him a little more often recently. But yeah, I get a little tender around Father's Day. But it's been almost 8 or 9 years now.
Yeah.
And I can think about him and not get sad. Just like think about love and the creativity that he inspired in me and still does. He was like a huge sci-fi head. Like he was always reading a different sci-fi book and watching like goofy B sci-fi shows on the Sci-Fi Channel. So I'll probably watch some dumb shit and dedicate it to him. And I'll probably eat like ramen noodles.
Fuck yeah.
Because he solely subsisted on ramen noodles. Pretty much.
That's
and he
crazy.
had like a very specific technique for making them.
Would he make it into soup, or would he take the broth out and then just dump
He would make it soup, but sort of like a double strength soup, like a little less liquid, So like a really kind of soupy noodle dish. But I always had this weird thing where I would smash all the noodles so that I could make it into a supercharged soup, but I would eat it with a spoon, and like no long noodles anywhere, but his were all long noodles. He would break it into 4 pieces, and that's how he made it.
What flavor did he have? A specific flavor, or was he akin to all of them?
I think that he kind of dabbled, but maybe focused on chicken or Oriental, which is the worst name you could give to a soup that's just soy sauce seasoned.
I've never had the Oriental flavor.
I think Oriental was my favorite, but I think maybe like beef a lot, the red package. Of course, there's the Nithin brand, and there's also the Marchand brand, so depending on which one you get. And now they have like chicken fajita, like spicy lemon flavor.
Fuck yeah. I fuck with that shit.
But yeah, that was also one of the things I used to eat all the time.
Now I need some.
So good. But I also wish I could find this product called Spatini. Have I told you about it before?
No.
It's like, I don't think they make it anymore, but it's like a package, like a powder. It's like a red powder that you add water to make spaghetti sauce. And so whenever me and my brother would go spend time with our dad and he had to cook us dinner, like that's what he'd make. Like a pound of ground beef, add a packet of Spatini, and boil a pound of elbow macaroni and combine it all together. That was my favorite fucking food for, I don't know, like most of my youth. So good. It's like the only thing I would go back for seconds for.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's just beef and
what
red
about
powder.
Was it like a
elbows.
Good sauce, or?
I think it was just meaty and salty and pasta. And my dad made it.
Have you looked on the internet webs for it?
Oh yeah.
No.
Like you can find evidence of it, but
you can find pictures of it.
At one time on Earth, this existed, but I don't know.
But good luck trying
anymore.
to find it.
It makes me want to eat it. I'd probably get Impossible beef though. I think it'd still be good.
Nice, yeah. You can't go wrong. Noodles and sauce.
It's the most comforting thing.
Comforting thing.
Last night I made a little pasta for myself before I went to sleep. And I thought, I'm making it out of rubbish. Should I record it? And I was like, fuck no. Just do it. Just eat your food. Just like enjoy this moment.
Just eat it.
You've always enjoyed
tell
preparing
me about
food. Like,
what was in it?
Oh, I did it up. I did like
lavender,
green onion and garlic and chili flakes and thyme. And then I put in, because I had to finish that big bag of kale that Emma left for me. I was like, these people are fucking tired of seeing me make kale. So I, picked all the rotten spots out and then ate the rest. And I didn't have any like true pasta. All I had was like the chickpea, like the banza pasta, which I don't really like the texture of.
Yeah.
I was like, this is food that I have to eat. So I cooked some of that. And it was penne, and I added tomatoes. I added that dope sour cream, the Horizon organic sour cream. So fucking good. A ton of paprika, salt, pepper, lemon juice. Oh, I deglazed the, I had a little bit of rosé in the fridge.
Oh, adding wine to pasta, man, makes such a big difference.
So good. So yeah, it was just a big saucy pasta veg jammer, which is my favorite thing to make.
I thought about you making like sleepy time pasta, so like lavender,
a little bit of honey, a little crumble of chamomile right on top.
Yuck.
Yeah. No. Just a creamy pasta as I'm wont to do.
Butter?
No, I just added a lot of sour cream.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sour cream was your fat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of spice to it. I put dill in it too. Like dill, paprika, sour cream. Just, yeah, anything you got. Throw that shit at it. That'll fuck you up, Jack. I'm really excited about this Friday when we get to record New Rubbish.
New rubbish.
I've just been going through so many different things.
What are you gonna make?
Well, I want it to be like a grocery. Like, here's what I always have on hand to be a successful rubbish eater. And so I've just been paying attention to the way that I buy things and how many different ways I use them, and trying to make like kind of a refined list, and then just go off that.
That reminds me, last time I was at H-E-B, the guy in front of me, like, the woman didn't scan the right coupon or some shit. And I looked at him, because, like, Ruby does not do well in, like, the checkout line. It's got to wait there forever.
Yeah.
And he's like, you didn't do the right coupon. Blah, blah, and starts, like, going in. All their shit's packed. This is the first time I looked at him, and I mouthed, really?
Oh, shit.
I don't think he saw me, but his lady did, and was kind of like, it's fine. He's like, no, I want the... Like, dude, I will give you $10 to get the fuck out of my fucking way.
Oh, shit.
And then
controversy in the grocery store. She
was looking at me and kind of like embarrassed, and she was like, we're leaving. And he's like, okay, fine.
He wanted that 50 cents.
Come on, get the fuck out of here. But I went on a Saturday. Did you know Saturday is like Goon Day?
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh my God. It was just havoc. It was fun. Like, Lucas and I were just basking in how absolutely insane.
It's bonkers out there.
It's people who don't go shopping normally. And they're buying the weirdest shit. They're doing the weirdest stuff. The rest of us who have to, I have to go every other day, you know. You buy a lot of produce. You got to go a lot. It was just...
What did you see?
I'm trying to remember what I saw. You see a lot of people standing and like looking around.
Like, they sent me here to get chips and salsa, but I don't know where
I saw a group of baby dude bros. There's 4 of them, and they're each carrying a different case of beer. And I'm like, y'all came to the grocery store for that?
Were they all wearing upside down visors too?
Yep.
Sunglasses upside down.
No food. Like, they just came for beer, and I'm like, there's a liquor store
go on
right
the
there.
Boat and get sunburned and get fucking alcohol poisoning.
I was thinking recently about the dude baby archetype.
It's so sad.
I've seen where did I see them recently too, where I was like, dude, Lucas, look, a bunch of grown dude baby men. They're dude babies who just, I don't care if you want a relationship or not, or whatever path you're on, that's your fucking jam. But there is like this pervasive, and it might just be because we're in this up and coming city where there are dudes who just want to hang out with other dudes, and they want to be dude baby guys, and they want to do something fun, and they want to have fun all the time. Oh, I was down on like the east side of downtown. There's just like, just guys that are just like,
are they all wearing tanks?
Yeah, they're all wearing tanks.
Yeah.
And they're spending the Saturday with each other.
They're rolling deep. Those are their bros.
And I was thinking about bromance and just how these people aren't in relationships, and they're in their 30s, and you know, they're living the dude baby life.
I wonder if they ever like have heart-to-hearts, you know, and like get into the deep,
they don't have
meaningful stuff.
Maybe
I like to think that late at night when they're all so drunk and like on Adderall and on weed, and they're just like offering someone a bump of coke, they're like, dude, you ever think about, you know,
how much we love each other?
I fucking love you, bro.
I bet you they get so much satiating validation from each other.
Definitely.
Because that's why they're only hanging out with themselves, and they don't feel the need to deviate from their lifestyle.
Well, yeah, if you're cruising for trim, then you have your bros to back you up.
What's cruising for trim?
Oh, looking for a girl to pick up?
I've never heard that term. I like that.
Trim, it is something that my friends used to say in college. I guess because that's what dude bros say, but we would say it ironically, obviously.
Cruising for trim.
Cruising for trim.
I don't even see them cruising for trim. Maybe that's a late night endeavor. I'm not sure.
What do you see them doing?
They're
like
just
eating
hanging
brunch
out.
together?
Yeah, they're just like walking down the street together, shopping.
Because in my imagination, one of them has a water bottle, like a plastic one, and he's like fidgeting with it, and one of them is like on the phone, like looking around, and then the other ones are just like, what are we doing? Like, are we meeting up at that place or what?
Yeah, and it might have something to do with like this is becoming a tech city, and these dudes are just like too busy for wives or something, or they're just, Lucas was like, they're just frat guys. They're just frats. They were in frats. But I was like, but I see some that definitely weren't frat guys.
And what do they possess that makes you say they're definitely not frat guys?
You're like, that person didn't go to college. You look at me and you go, she didn't go to college.
I don't think so.
But what was I going to say? Or also, maybe...
Here, may I brush your face?
What's on it?
Just like a flaky thing.
Okay. Flaky bits be gone.
You're good. Banish the flakes.
Like, what if not being in committed relationships means not having to change? You know, and not having to face your own faults, you know, face your own potholes. Everybody's got them.
Yeah.
And you got to change when you meet somebody, and maybe those people are like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to party every day, all day long.
Yeah.
Until I knock up some trim.
Yeah. I mean, does everybody want a partner?
No, they don't. And I think that I like, the interesting bit to me is that they're so satiated in their broing. They got everything they need.
That's right.
They got their malnutrition.
They got their creatine.
They're blowing all their money on going out to eat. And that's all. That's just, yeah, they got their creatine.
They go to the gym.
And then
they probably do some badminton or some
shit. I
shit.
really admire that for some reason.
They're like solidly selfish.
Modern monks. They're just doing their thing, and
yeah,
they're the opposite of monks. They're reflecting
respect.
They're reflecting on nothing.
I wonder where they are right now. I guess they're probably at work at their tech jobs.
They're probably at work at their tech jobs.
But that probably means they're at home doing it, right?
Some of them.
Some of them are working remotely. Well, bless them.
Yeah.
May they be blessed.
Blessed are the generalized archetypes that I'm...
Yeah, please
they might
call in if you look like this or act like this. We want to know more about you.
They might not like that lifestyle, but I'm sure a lot of them do. They look like they're having fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to roll deep, but I don't... I haven't done it in so long. It seems very complicated to have that many people with you when you're doing stuff out and about.
I want to know if they're deviating from the relationship life to just be indulgent all the time. Mm-hmm. I just want to be with my friends. I'm hanging with my friends, and with my friends all the time. We're friending.
Yeah.
It's like, do you just need to be distracted all the time, or this is like flipping your dopamine bean?
Definitely. Well, I think they're probably the longest relationships they've had, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is my bro. It's my day one. We go back.
My day one. I ain't got no day ones.
You got yourself.
Yep.
She's strong.
I don't think that counts, though. You gotta have yourself always.
Day one. I mean, day one isn't always literally day one.
No, I know. I don't... My cousins? I mean, that's it. I don't know. I don't talk to anybody from high school, middle school, nothing. Elementary school, none of that.
No. They're out there.
They're out there. Without social media.
Maybe they're running around with the big crew, too.
Showing off their muscles. Baby men that refuse to go to therapy.
I want to go to therapy.
Everybody needs to go to therapy. Go to therapy. Should I send you the place that I've been recommending?
It sounds kind of costly.
Oh,
I'll figure it out.
That's the cheapest I could find.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. What is your thing called?
Therapy Austin.
Okay, I can remember that. Therapy Austin. Dope. I just signed up for therapy.
Just now in my own notebook.
Just like that. I'm all set. How you doing?
I'm thinking about all the shit I gotta do.
What do you have to do?
I need to borrow someone's lawnmower.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
No one on the podcast needs to hear about the shit I gotta do. It's not very interesting. Have you ever been to Jerry's Artorama?
Yes.
I love that spot. I gotta go there. I need to get glass for this. It's been on my to-do list for like a year and a half.
Oh, cool. I need a new piece of glass, too. I broke the little picture in my bathroom. But I could just take the glass out. I'm sure it'd be fine.
Yeah, this is worth some, so I gotta get some protective over it.
That's a cool piece. Thank you, Calder.
Calder.
Thank you, Calder.
Shout out Calder.
Wherever you are.
In the ground somewhere, I'm sure.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What year?
He was a big artist in the 70s. I don't know.
That was cool.
70s and 80s? He did, I'm sure. Watch, he's not dead. He's watching right now. Be like, fuck you.
You assume that I'm old and dead?
Yeah, man, you were making art a long time ago. You made that. I don't know.
He just rolled it around in his grave. Well, why don't you just go do the things you have to do?
No,
if that's where your mind is.
This. No, I got depleted at the dealership for sure. That was torture being stuck.
How long were you stuck there?
For 2 hours.
What did you do?
Sat at a table. Did nothing.
You weren't looking at your phone?
I looked at my phone for a little bit, but then I didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes people get freaked out when they see someone just like sitting idly and just like looking around.
Yeah.
I do that shit all the time whenever I have to wait. I'm like, I'm watching you. I'm not focused on my phone. It feels transgressive.
This really awesome crazy guy came in and he was making gong sounds because the first thing you see, he's like gong, gong. And he was just yelling and walking around all the motorcycles. I was like, I want to hang out with that guy. And like everybody who worked there just was laughing at him because I don't know if he must be a regular. He comes in and starts talking about the gong.
That's cool. I like being a person like that. Yeah. Just like entering and being like, isn't that a situation where I'll find ourselves in so fucked up?
Yeah.
Like, let's laugh about it.
We need to get you on the motorcycle again. I've been thinking about that lately.
I would love to.
Get your GoPro chest strap and I'll put a GoPro on there and then we'll...
Whoa. Yeah. What would we do next? I would go on a road.
No, I think we would just go back to another parking lot.
Okay. Because, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, get you acclimated again. Because we just taught our coworker and he was just having so much fun. It reminded me of how much fun you had.
It was really, really fun. I'll do that shit again. I would.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go on the highway.
No. No. I had to get off the highway yesterday because it was so fucking windy.
Whoa.
And when you gotta go up, because the highway I was on is like 5-6 stories above the ground. It's even windier up there.
It could blow you right off the road.
It's blowing you all around the road, and it's just distracting, and it's not very fun. So I just got off, and then it took forever to get home.
Do you feel like people who ride motorcycles move to Austin specifically because it's a good place to ride?
I wouldn't say it's a good place to ride. The roads here are awful.
But like Texas maybe in general, because it's such a wide, expansive place and it's always warm.
I've never met anybody who's moved here just for that. I mean, I got stuck here for that reason. I was like, yo, not having winter is a fucking blessing. I was like, I'm never going back. The end. And then riding around year round was like so great.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'd never thought I'd live in Texas.
If you didn't have appendicitis, you wouldn't be here.
Dude, so many things.
Really?
So many little bits brought me here. If my friends Josh and Maddie didn't move here after college, I wouldn't have come here.
Damn. Yeah, you moved here for the connection.
Well, yeah, because I knew I wanted to go to culinary school, but I didn't know which one I wanted to go to. Like, could go to LA, could go to New York, could go to Arizona, could go to Texas. Oh, Josh and Maddie are in Austin. That seems like a cool town. Music and food. Yeah. I was easy ago.
The food here is fucking rad.
The food scene is so dope. And guess where I have a reservation for next Wednesday?
Fucking Tiki Tatsuya.
I was looking at the menu this morning.
It's so you're gonna have a fucking blast. Please Uber there.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have big drinks.
One drink will fuck you up.
Yeah, we'll Uber. We'll take I usually call it an Uber, but I usually get a Lyft.
Do you like Lyft over Uber?
I've never used Uber. I thought there was something about how they paid their people and it was effed up and that you shouldn't use Uber.
I wasn't on that trend.
Or I don't know, there was some shit.
It's all of them.
No. It's all the same. But I've always done Lyft.
Dude, it took me 2 hours to get a fucking pizza the other day.
Oh no.
2 hours. I was like, at this point, you're not a pizza delivery service anymore. You're fucking the bane of my existence.
You could walk to the grocery store and buy one and walk back in that time frame.
Yes.
And bake it and preheat the oven.
We were watching a show and I was like, Lucas is like, do you want to cook salmon? And I looked at him and I was like, nope. I don't want to do that right now. Ordered a pizza and it said it was going to be an hour wait. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. 2 fucking hours.
That's the worst when you order food because you do it because you're hungry.
It was bedtime.
And then it takes so long to get there. Was it even good when it got here?
It was good.
Oh, good.
The sauce was way better than I remember. I was like, fuck yeah, Domino's.
Was it Domino's? Oh, yeah.
Dude, Domino's has some, it was like, good amount of sauce on there. But fuck you, 2 fucking hours. I take my shit back.
They should have given you a discount. I'm getting on the phone with them right after this finishes up.
It was freaky that there's a point in time where a corporation is so big and they've been going on for so long that the protocols that they have in store are just geriatric. It's like, if you need to make a complaint, please read through these terms and exceptions. We will give you, it's like, oh, I just don't get a free pizza. Like, but they've been doing this for so long and you cannot waver their massive fucking feat of operation. So it just feels a little...
Is it like a franchise thing where the management, whoever owns it, determines the style of management, or is it like a huge corporation top down kind of thing?
Since it's an app, like I think it's a huge top down fucking blanket of like, they just put their they're like, it was $8, eat it, and you're like, oh, okay. I have no voice in this ring.
What did you order?
A large.
Was it pan? Was it thin?
Can
was
I get a large
hand tossed?
It was the hand tossed one. I like the thin crust, and Lucas does not.
I feel like you don't get enough bang for your buck when you get thin.
But it's like a good snack.
That's not what I want when I get pizza.
That fucking crispy. I want to take the whole thing and fold it over and eat the whole thing by myself.
I want to burn the roof of my mouth with that cheesy sauce.
Pepperoni and green olive. My mom grew up, it's beautiful mountains. That's our time.
Why did it go away? It's the screensaver.
My mom grew up ordering that pizza and then I strayed away from it and I was like, came right back because they're just like salt, like all the green olives are just salt bombs on your pizza. It's good.
I've never had green olive pizza. That sounds great. I've only ever had those canned black ones.
Those just taste like the metal that they're canned in.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand why they're ingredients in things.
I was like, no.
This doesn't even taste like an olive, you know?
No, it doesn't. It's gross.
I love anchovies on pizza. I love anchovy and pepperoni pizza. It's so salty. It's so good.
That's a cook thing, chef thing, because every chef I've worked with, they love anchovies on their pizza.
That's interesting.
That was the first time I had anchovies.
You hated it.
I was like, I'll try anything. I ate it. I ran into the Ochoko kitchen and I spit it out in front of them. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And they're like, what? And I was like, they eat this before refrigerators existed. Like, this was before we could like eat anything else.
I love the funky punch in the mouth that you get
love
from
licking
eating
mermaid pussy. Because that's what I said. I said,
fucking
this
would.
is a beached mermaid that's been rotting in the fucking sun, and her pussy's been exposed, so you grab some of it and slap it on a fucking pizza. I almost threw up. I almost fucking threw up. Because I was like, I like anchovies and Caesar salad. Like, I
You like fish sauce?
Yeah, I love fish sauce.
Huh.
And then I was like, why would you ruin this? They're all laughing because I would not stop talking about the invention of refrigerators and how great it was and how we don't have to eat like this anymore. Salt pack sardines and shit.
Yeah, that's dope. That makes me want anchovies.
No, I honor it. I honor it. I get it. Just, I was really hungry and I just wanted pizza. I didn't want anchovies on my pizza.
And there's different brands. Some brands are way less.
Have you gotten anchovies at Home Slice?
No, not on the pie.
It didn't taste right. It tasted wrong.
Oh. Well, I wonder what kind they're getting.
Do they taste wrong?
They're supposed to taste right. They're supposed to taste good.
Didn't taste right,
I wouldn't want to eat anything that tasted bad.
It was rotting.
Yeah, that's wrong. It shouldn't be like that. That's what the salt is for, to prevent it from rotting.
That's what I'm saying.
I dig anchovies. It's definitely one of my always in the fridge thing.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I gotta have everything to make Caesar dressing at all times.
Caesar dressing is one of those. It's so good when you make it at home.
Yeah. I want to dip everything into it.
Well,
pour it on everything.
Do you use anchovy paste?
No.
Oh, you just.
I have the little jar of fillets. I get, there's like a little jar because I go in and out of there pretty often. So I want a jar, not a can or anything. Aaron uses the paste. He seems to think that it's the same. But I like to use the fillet. Call me old-fashioned.
Because it lasts forever in the fridge.
Yeah, it's like salt preserved, but also packed in oil and in a fridge, so it's infinite. But I probably buy 3 or 4 jars a month.
Wow. What's your Caesar dressing?
1 clove of garlic, 3 fillets of anchovy, 1 egg yolk, a teaspoon of Dijon, half a lemon. Beat that shit. Drizzle in olive oil until it's nice texture. Grate in Parmesan. Twist in black pepper.
Oh, yeah.
It's exquisite. It's perfect.
Oh, it's so easy. Make your own dressings, ladies and gentlemen. Don't buy shit in a bottle. I feel like
the flavor is never what you want it to be.
It's mostly just a preservative to like keep it shelf stable. I think a lot of people don't like salad because they're like salad dressing. I'm like, why would you ruin perfectly good vegetables with fucking salad dressing?
Yeah. Oh man, I made the best dressing the other day. I also like to do like honey, Dijon, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and if I have, you can smash a garlic and put it in there, put a sprig of rosemary in there, shake that shit in a fucking jar. Just sit that in the fridge and pour that, dip carrots into that shit, whatever you got,
I like the idea of like a balsamic-y honey Dijon.
Yeah, it's dope.
It sounds really
so
good.
And if you're gonna eat the whole thing that day, you could put shallot in it, but I wouldn't put shallot in it if you want to hold it over, because something happens to onions.
Yep, they die
in the fridge. They become much more sulfuric in attitude, and it just kind of taints your dressing.
Taint.
The gooch.
The gooch.
Give me the gooch.
Give me the gooch.
Baby.
Speaking of gooch, it's time to go.
I gotta go see to a gooch across town.
I gotta slap a gooch, and I'll see you later.
Slap the gooch for me, would you? Just this once.